لا لا انت
يعني one of you regardless you choose.
That's good at singing. Do you know this song, the Jonah's Prayer?
I'm good at singing. Yeah.
Oh, do you know this hymn, Jonah's Prayer, on page 61?
61.
Yeah. I'm just recapping the words, and I think it is a bit high. I know it. I thought I
I
didn't.
don't know, but I can. I'll for you. I don't know.
Oh, you
Like
don't know it?
I think once I hear it, because the words are not coming.
You guys know Jonah's Prayer on 61? No?
Star, Christine, star. I'll pick it up and I'll support you.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. Do you know it, Uncle Negi? Oh, so you chose it and you do.
There's another one from Jonah on page 46.
46. No, I know the other one, not this one though. Shall we all give the other one a try and hope for the best? All right. My soul is crushed and my heart is pained. Please hear the voice of my complaint. Yet I shall wait only for the Lord.
Yet I shall wait only for the Lord. He fills my heart with glorious joy. He fills my heart with glorious joy.
Out
Of the depth I've cried to thee. O Lord, hear me and have mercy. Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Because I am really in great need. Because I am really in great need. Here I am surrounded by the sea. The water around me is too deep. And I'm about to drown in my sins. And I'm about to drown in my sins. You are my refuge, please set me free. You are my refuge, please set me free. Out of the depth have I to thee. Lord, hear me and have mercy. Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Because I am really in great need. Because I am really in great need. Jonah had prayed from the depth of the well. For with the Lord nobody shall fail. Out of the valley of death he cried. Out of the valley of death he cried. 'Cause Jonah had great hope in God. 'Cause Jonah had great hope in God. Out Out of the depth have I cried to thee. O Lord, hear me and have mercy. Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Because I am really in great need. Because I am really in great need. Pour out your heart before the Lord. Repent and sing a praise to his name. Trust in him and you will be saved. Trust in him and you will be saved. And you will live in the house of God. And you will live in the house of God. Out of the depth have I cried to thee. O Lord, hear me and have mercy. Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Why don't you hold my hand and lead? Because I am in really great need. Because I am really in great need.
That was pretty good.
It's reminding me.
Hi. Where's your other half? So she's here. I thought you were going to say she's not feeling well or something. That's all right. It's better than being sick.
Oh, you can use that one.
Oh, okay, good, good. Even better. Hi everyone, can you hear me? Yeah, everyone can hear me? Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Yes, I'm sure everyone can hear me. I'm very, very loud. Mark reminds me every single day, so it's fine. I don't think we'll have any problems. I just want to warn the girls, I don't think you would want to be friends after this, but there is a girl version. So not today, but another day, we'll have our turn. You skip that one. I have no idea when, but it will come. So what every man needs to know about a woman. Oops, sorry. So this topic actually talks about, rarely is the problem a lack of love, it's almost always a lack of understanding. And we've heard it quite a bit, like, oh, I don't feel like we're in love anymore, I don't feel like there's any love. But it's actually a lot of the time not a problem with love, it's lack of understanding. So just 3 rules as we go ahead in this talk. Men process life like boxes and women like spaghetti. Yeah. So men can be like, we're talking about work, so it's just work. And then you have a conversation with the lady and it's like work with the kids, with the dinner, with the everything. And then it's very, very different. We are wired very, very different. So it's not that she's trying to be difficult, and it's not that he's trying to just single one thing out. We're very, very different. We're designed very, very different. Men deal with stress by withdrawing. Women by talking, and we talk a lot when we're stressed. It's really, really excessive, and this is just how we process. It causes a lot of frustration for, I think, every single couple, including us, obviously. Women multitask and men single task. Do we agree? Do we sometimes juggle?
No, I disagree. I think it depends on the person.
So we juggle. I think the difference is we juggle. Yeah, something can be cooking on the stove and I can vacuum it. Yeah.
You can still have men, for example, be on the phone, they're having the conversation while still writing something into it.
But writing something about the conversation. I think if he was doing, yeah?
The conversation, like I was, like writing out reports, for example, while I was on the phone conversation, and I was able to put it out between.
Wow. Yeah. Look, I will make a disclaimer. No. Let me. So it's, yeah, for the woman. And it's not me next week.
I find that when I'm occupied with something, I'm totally focused on that, and I don't really want any other distractions.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I can't deal with them, but I don't like it, so I don't feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
I think the men are fooling the women by making them think that we don't multitask, but we just don't multitask.
You just.
Block out everything else.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
My opinion is there is nothing called multitasking specifically right now. I disagree that there's something called multitasking in cooking.
Yeah.
Women's better than
Yeah. Yeah.
because I hate when I'm talking to any girl and she's talking to me. So what are you gonna do tomorrow? And I start to talk about what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and then but Sunday. Why are you talking about Sunday now?
But we're talking about spaghetti brain compared to I'm just talking about what I'm doing tomorrow. Spaghetti bolognese. So I just want to make a disclaimer. Actually, I didn't come up with this talk. This is actually Father Anthony Messiah. And Mark listened to it and loved it. And then he's like, you've got to listen to this and you've got to present it. I'm like, there's plagiarism. So plagiarism, guys. So what every man needs to know about women and how to get your woman to do whatever you want her to do with the least effort. So very little effort to get her to do what you want her to do. So like we said, we are generalizing here. So this is not for everybody. So if this is not you and you don't fit this box, that's okay. Consider it a compliment. You are above average. But generally speaking, these things are pretty accurate. So the secret is make love a verb. So a lot of the time we think of love as I fell in love, as in love is a place, a bucket that I fell into it, and then I've hopped out of it and I'm in and out. It's not like that. It's actually, we need to make it a verb. So we need to do things to show that love. And I know during dating engagement period, we are really, 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 really good at this. And then once we're married and busy, it just a little bit drops off. And then the Bible says, so this is how many doing words are in the verse. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. he might sanctify and cleanse her with the washing of water by the word, that he might present her to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that she should be holy and without blemish. So husbands ought to love their own wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. Okay, hang on. How many verbs can you see? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And none of them are nouns. So none of them are a place or a thing or somewhere that I'm going to go to. It's just an action. Who believes by nature women tend to give and men tend to take? Only the ladies are like, any men? Just by nature. I've mixed them up. It's guys, it's gonna get really good.
Look, it depends really what you're referring to again. I feel like this is a very grey area.
Okay.
Because if we're looking at it, just from a general perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the wives, for example, they take care of the kids and that, and the cooking, and and the man is receiving and is taking the meal and that kind of thing. And like,
Yeah.
if you're looking at it from that perspective,
Yeah.
yes. But if we're talking deeper, in a more emotional, time-consuming perspective, that kind of thing, I would say the women consume a lot more.
Okay. Elaborate. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm talking in terms of emotional. Let's say you're upset right now and you need to express it all out. Okay. You are going to express it to the man whether he likes it or not. Let's face it. Okay. He's going to cop it regardless.
But that's just how we process stress.
He's actually,
Yeah.
at that point, where you can't classify that as taking, because he's not
Then he
taking money
withdraws.
away, something good. He's
Yeah.
actually taking.
Yeah.
He's offloading of her. So
Yeah.
anything he's giving, but in the form of taking, a load himself.
Okay. But I think this goes to the 3 rules that we're talking about here is, where is it? Yeah. So men deal with stress by withdrawing, women by talking. And we do, especially if we're really, really stressed, we do talk quite a lot to process that. Whereas for a man, I know it causes a lot of friction, they withdraw. And then the wife is left like, well, why aren't you telling me about, the stress or the problem? Or, we need to work this out together in her mind. His mind is like, I need to withdraw to solve this. And I know it causes a lot of friction because she wants to be part of it. It's not how he's really wired, but he will have to work to kind of compromise. So the talking needs to compromise with the withdrawing so that we can come to a middle ground. So Father Anthony Masiha thinks this is, generally speaking, he is actually an amazing presenter, I must say. Like, I'm not doing this any justice. So you might have heard a lot of women say, like, I have nothing left to give. But then you speak to the man, not knowing that she said this, he thinks life is fantastic, life is great, because we are doing what we are doing and what feels okay to us, because we give. He is taking. I think what we need to do here is the wife needs to be, and I'm talking about everyday things. I'm not talking about this is crisis and there's a problem or stress. I'm talking about everyday things. If a woman asks for help, the man is more than likely willing to help, happy to help. Sometimes the wife needs to be assertive, and we've done a lot of topics on communication. Assertive is not aggressive. So I am really like seeking help in a really friendly manner, but I'm really assertive, like I'm really tired. We need to kind of work on this project, or we're doing this. But I'm being assertive in what I need and being open and honest early on, not when there's a problem. Like, I think we leave it too late, that we give so much that by the time I'm asking for help, I'm already burnt out and I'm tired and it's been too much. Yeah, I know. Is the aircon on? That's okay. um, so this is where it gets really, really interesting. Okay, all right. So we know we shouldn't keep scores. Anyone who's read books about relationships would know we should not keep scores. It's not a thing we should do. We all do it. The problem is how we keep scores. So men and women, again, we're wired differently, so we keep scores differently. So men give themselves a large amount of scores for everything they do. So I'll give you a scenario here. You woke up.
I'm telling you, you've got the wrong talk.
No. You will really. We're getting to it. no need to rush. Come on. No. So man gets up in the morning. He's tired. He doesn't really want to go to work, but he gets up. 500 points. Right? He goes downstairs. He makes his breakfast. Makes his coffee. That's 1,000 points. Yeah? Very good. All right, I'm glad we're on the right track. So he goes to work, he does his thing, he's really honest, he doesn't flirt with the girl who's clearly into him. That's like 32,000 points. By the time he actually... By the time he actually gets home, he's like on 87 points. So he is more than happy to sit on the couch and just watch her do some catching up. Right? Are we all on the same page? Yeah? Nobody disagrees. Women keep scores differently. Anybody want to have a guess how we score? Very good. You know this. You've heard this probably. You sure? So no matter what you do, you get 1 point. Nothing. So this is how we score you. You know how you score you? So how we score it.
Either way, we're being judged.
And how we score.
We score ourselves and they score us.
But hey, we score ourselves too. So fair is fair. So no matter what you guys do, you get a point. Nothing is worth more than 1 point. So according to you got up, you made your breakfast and coffee, you worked out, or, you worked all day, that's 3 points. Her version. She got up, she was also tired, she made her breakfast and coffee, and probably made the kids breakfast, went to work, picked up the kids, made your lunch for work, making dinner at the moment, so she's probably on 12 points compared to your 3. So she is waiting for you to get up to do some catching up. Can you see how this can conflict, or does conflict? Because he is expecting her to catch up to all the hard work he's done and the points he's scored, according to his scoring. Her scoring is quite different. She's waiting for him to do some catching up. Yeah? You guys with me? Anyone slept? No? All good? Okay. Okay, you will be happy, I promise you. You will be happy. You will be happy. There is one. I will more than likely skip it. No, so the good news is we respond to any act of love, no matter how small. No, truly, I promise you, this is true. Where is Heidi?
You got me jewelry today. All I wanted was a hug. I don't get a name. And you think you got like you spent your week's wage, there's 100,000 points, but she gave you -1 according to that.
No, it's just worth 1. No, come on. No. I actually want to tell you genuinely, if it's genuine gesture from you guys, it does score a point. Yeah, it's
Please keep talking.
Oh, no, don't say, here, I came 5 minutes early from work.
Yes, yeah, that is, see?
Fine,
It's
driving like
genuine.
crazy. You know,
I love this. At least I'm getting engagement. Not everyone has fallen asleep. Okay. So if you wake up in the morning, your wife is in the bathroom, you wake up, you make the bed. It will take you about 20 seconds to make the bed. She'll come out and she'll think, oh my God, the window must have been opened and a gust of wind made the bed. And then she will think Jesus himself, second coming, Jesus himself has come down and made the bed. And then it will dawn on her, you made the bed. You've made her morning, 1 point. Then you go downstairs. You make her a coffee. No, you make yourself a coffee and you make her a coffee. You put your cup in the sink. She'll think, oh, my husband forgot his coffee.
All this for 2 points? The second one is half a point. You made yourself a copy, that should be one point. And then you made her one, that's
Yeah.
2 points.
No. Because you make your coffee every day and you drink it, right? And usually you don't put it in the sink. But today you're going to put it in the sink. So she doesn't have to pick it up.
And you wonder why we don't do these things. It's 2 points for it.
But you are drinking the coffee. Just make a second one. Like, it's literally...
I would rather look after myself 5,000 points for getting out of bed. As opposed to
This is not going down well. Yes. So you can score at 500 points. That's completely fine. But how much effort did it take you? How much effort did it take you? Was it really that hard to make a coffee and... No, hang on. Don't read the next line. How hard was it as an effort to make the bed and make her coffee? Like... No. Like effort. Your effort. How hard is it? Okay.
how many points does it take to make a woman happy? Is there a slide about it?
Well, 1 point. 1 point makes her happy.
But 1 point
I don't know. Where is she?
One after that, خلاص, you've done it.
No.
You've done the bed. There's the 1 point. خلاص.
Can you let her say the 2 words?
Point 1. Okay. Where is Heidi, by the way? No. This is live streamed, so that's okay. Rest assured, I'll ask her to watch it. So it's a wife's deepest desire to actually love, respect, and admire her husband. You just need to give her like little reminders here and there that, hey, like there is, I'm here, I'm doing things. Let's do a survey, guys. So far, this has not gone down well, so let's see how we go with this survey. If your husband was to give you 12 roses on the 1st of January, or he gave you a rose on 12 different days, which one would you pick? 12 different days? Yeah, okay, all right. Oh, I can tell you. So...
I think the correct answer here is 12 roses on 12 different occasions.
Oh, that would be nice, but
That's the correct answer. It's
I
12
think
by
if you
12.
make the gesture 12 times is better than doing it once. So I think the point here is, so according to the man, this is inefficient because if you buy 12 and you bundle them up, you might get a better deal. You might get, free shipping. You might get all these things. So to him, this is a lot more efficient to do 12 all at once, and I don't have to worry for the 12 months. So he thinks birthday, anniversary, and Valentine's Day. To the woman, 3 things all year, 3 points all year. That's all you're going to do. That's not enough. Do you get why 12 roses on 12 different days is better? Even if it is the 1 rose. And actually, Father Anthony goes on to say that a woman would pick six different roses on 6 days over 12 roses all at once. Because you score 1 point anyway. So whether you get 12 or you get 1, it's the same. But we always tend to think bigger is better. That balloon is so much better because it's bigger. You know, that bunch of flowers that I've spent $500 on is so much better than, you know, the $25 one. But to her, you thought of her, you've gone out of your way. That is the point. And while, you know, the really big holidays and the really beautiful bouquets are really, really beautiful, we need those constant reminders. We cannot rely just on my birthday, Valentine's Day, and, you know, our anniversary. Life has so much. You need to show those gestures, if it's a coffee, if it's a rose, whatever it might be for the woman. And I know for the men, you are wired so differently. So this seems so foreign to you. It's almost like, how petty. But it actually is genuinely, genuinely true. So another example, you tell her, I've planned a date this weekend. You've scored a point, but then she's gone to work. She's talking to her friend at work. You've scored another point while you're sleeping at home. You haven't done a single thing. She's then called her mum and told her, you've scored another point. She's called her sister and told her, you've scored another point. So you are accumulating points by one thing.
It's all about getting the woman to say the 4,000 words a day that she does. It's yeah, the women say 4,000 words a day. Isn't that correct? It's the average. It's men say 2,000 words a day, while women say 4,000 words a day.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're scoring the points. They're laying out those 4,000 words.
Yeah.
You could do anything you want to do in that box, but okay. And you can do anything that you want to do in that box, but as long as you show that you care. It could be one flower, it could be one statement saying, let's go out on a date. It could be like, I've thought of you today, I miss you. It could be like anything, but it's just something to get out of your normal day-to-day box and actually think of us.
Yeah. And I can tell you, every single one of you guys has done this during dating and engagement, and you have excelled at it. And probably a lot of boys would have told you, oh, you know, you can't lose her, you've got to keep her and all this stuff. And that kept you going. But then you get married and you just become so complacent. Sorry. Or become like you want to be efficient. So just buy the 12 roses once a year, 3 times a year, and that's it. No. The gestures.
It's different when you're dating. Though when you're dating, you've got a lot less responsibilities. You've got more time to focus on your partner. Whilst, you know, after marriage, and then you've got the kids, then you've got the mortgage, and then you've got the house, and things are piling up. By the time you get through all those daily things, your responsibilities are quadruple.
Yeah.
It becomes harder to have the energy, and
Yeah.
we're not getting any younger.
That's true.
No, but she's already taking care of the kids and the cooking and the cleaning. She's already got enough on her plate as is.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like before, okay, the girl probably would be living at home, so her mom's gonna take care of her, you know, one meal a day, whatever it is. She's gonna take care of the cleaning, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
While the man's living at home, and he only really doesn't have to pay a mortgage at that time. He's probably just living at home, so there's not much. You know, they have to work in higher jobs and make extra money and shares and house share and all that. Then you get together, and now it's your responsibility to look after that household. All of a sudden, yes, your partners, the woman's taking care of her part, the man's taking care of his part, but it becomes too much because the full weight is on you. By the end of the day, you just see, I mean, good luck, they have enough energy to call to it. Let alone think about, okay, I need to get her a dozen roses tomorrow. Honestly, come watch my. I want you to come at home and see my PlayStation. It is covered in dust.
Yeah. I think
Only when you come over.
you've got somebody who's a witness here.
That's when the PlayStation's covered.
Yeah.
It's civil.
Yeah, let's.
I was reading an article this morning that was stating that generally women require one signal of affection on a daily basis. So whether it be a rose every day, obviously a rose every day is much better than 12 roses, but it could be just a simple thing as a hug.
Yeah.
It's needed, whereas a man doesn't really have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Carol, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
One of the first famous it's not that the love is fading, it's,
Yeah.
it's the lack of communication.
Lack of understanding.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
understanding, sorry.
Yeah.
Would you say that if two people are far away from each other for a lengthy period of time,
Yeah.
would the love start to actually fade?
Look, it's dependent on so many factors, but I would say so long as you are communicating, then it is a matter of just understanding each other. It's not a matter of we speak like there is sometimes there is deep love, and a lot of that women's would hear it like, oh, there isn't love, there isn't. But then when you dig deeper, it's actually just a lack of understanding. They're not communicating, and we are caught in a very busy world where there's mortgage and kids and lengthy, hours of work and everything else. But I think what I'm trying to get to here, it doesn't have to be that you have to go to a florist every day. No. But it could just be like you're walking to get your lunch and you text her, hey, how's your day going? The fact that you thought about her and you did this in the engagement period, did this in the dating, where you would send multiple messages. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really actually cost money to actually check in on her. Tell her you planned it. What effort does it take you to plan a date? Honestly, it's a matter of probably ringing the restaurant going, I'm making a reservation at 7 p.m. She probably has to organize her mum to look after the kids or get a sitter or do whatever, but she would be more than willing to do that over that single phone call you'll make, which will probably take you 30 seconds. Or worst case scenario, don't book anything and just walk into any cafe, any restaurant, any place, McDonald's. Do you know what I mean? Like the effort on your end is not really that hard for a man, I feel. I think you just need to be mindful that this is how she operates, because it is very different to how you would operate. Like how she would express her love to you is very, very different. And we can get into that next time I do a talk where just like it's very, very different. We're wired very, very different, which is why I said the 3 rules at the beginning. Like, can you hold the noodle from the spaghetti from one end to the other without touching any of the rest of them? You can't. They're all mingled together. Whereas a man, he's just thinking of this. So, it's very efficient for him to get from A to B, drive safely and do nothing else. Whereas for her, she's just thinking of everything else. So we're wired differently, but we need to use it to advantage. God created it for a reason. God created us very, very unique for a very good reason.
I completely agree with you. The reason why I'm bringing it up or I'm asking that is because you're referring to the part where, okay, they start dating or the engagement period and that kind of thing, and I believe that the excitement between the two, okay, makes it a two-way street.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's, there's no doubt that us men, we're excited and we're
Yeah.
texting our partner every day or our fiance, whatever it
Yeah.
is, and she was also doing the same.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the things that happens, and generally with mothers more than anything, is
Yeah.
that after the kids come, that love is shared a bit because they're giving that love to their kids as well.
Yeah.
And so before it was like 100% attention on the guy.
Yeah.
Now it is divided amongst the kids, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's amazing to have that love, but I guess the one thing that we're like, just speaking from a man's perspective, is that I feel like because there's not that exact same energy coming from that we used to have, I am not giving that same energy back. So I can I'm giving sort of just as much in a way.
Yeah. But can I just say something? And we see in the Western world, a lot of women are very, very selfish, for example, or in my opinion, selfish. They choose not to have kids because it's like a huge toll on your body. For a man, he doesn't have to go through that. He will see the effect on his wife and he will be like, oh, you're hormonal and you're this and that. But he's not actually the one going through it. And I was reading a geriatrician's book before, and it really sucks the life out of you. Like, it really, really does. Like, it drains you in ways men cannot comprehend. So when she's hormonal, when she's tired, when she's exhausted, when she's with the kids, she needs you to be the better person. She needs you to initiate. She needs you to refill her energy in ways. And when she does recover, like if you give her like postpartum 1 year of recovery, and then if she has multiple, it adds to that. But you need to know she's having offsprings. She's trying to build a church with you. Like, this is a partnership, but I feel like when the kids come, it almost shifts to mum, and then mum needs to be mum. Mum needs to look after herself. Mum needs to look after dad. But then What is dad doing? You're just going to work. Like, what else is there? Do you know what I mean? Like, emotionally, how much are you giving to this child? Are you breastfeeding the child? How many times are you changing this child? Are you waking up at night every hour to be with this child? Do you know what I mean? Like, how much contribution are you actually giving? Compared to her, she's recovering. She's got a major wound that she's recovering from. So technically, 6 weeks, she should actually just be put away somewhere, pampered. This baby needs somebody to look after it, and she needs to recover. Because if today you had a major surgery and they said you need 6 weeks recovery, what will you do? I guarantee every man in this room will be bedridden for 6 weeks. Will not get up to clean, cook, look after baby. Baby, wallah, will be to Allah, everything wallah. He will just be like, I need to recover. This is what I need. The doctor said I need 6 weeks to recover. So this is exactly what he'll do. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to get up to make a meal. He's not going to get up to do anything. But there is so much expectation. And I know this is very biased, this talk, because I'm a woman giving this talk. If you really want to listen to it, listen to Father Anthony. He's not as biased as me. But I think it takes a lot out of a woman to have offsprings. And sometimes, like, I used to think, like, they're very, and I still think, some women are very, very selfish not to have kids, like, permanently, because it's so beautiful to have children. But me having children now, I can tell you, it drains every single bit of energy. Like, while you're pregnant, after you're pregnant, it's a continuous thing. And it's God's biggest blessing, but she needs your contribution. Like, she needs you to see that and to value that and to value her and to love her even more. Even in the states where she's so unlovable because she's hormonal, she's tired, she's exhausted, she's smashed, she looks ugly, she's just given birth, like everything is not in her favor. She needs you to really step up and show that love that you had promised. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry guys, I'm dripping from sweat. I don't know what's happening to the air conditioning. So I do apologize. Okay. All right, back to this. Okay. So today, if you want to test it and you are here with your wife, you walk out and you put your hand down and see if she will hold your hand and see the effects on her emotionally. So you've scored a point, but we're not collecting points because we're going to cash them in for something. It's how much more happiness you have in the home. She will feel really good about herself and you will feel really good. If you want to feel like a king in your house, you need to really make her feel like a queen. And by scoring those points, she will feel like a queen. And a queen needs a king. So if she is the queen, you are the king. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, we're not cashing these in for anything, guys. When she gets home from work, and this is very tricky. This can backfire and be really bad, okay? Start off when you get home together or separately. When you see her after work, you go, sweetheart, how was your day? And actively listen. Do not go to your nothing box. Do not daydream. Do not get on your phone. Do not do anything else but how was your day? And if you want to go a step further, go, how did that make you feel when she's talking about something, about her day? Because feelings are really, really big. But actually, like, actively listen to how was it? And it will have a massive, massive effect on her. These are things that don't take a lot of effort, don't take a lot of money. Doesn't need you to be, extravagant, that you've planned something for 6 months, that you're taking her around Europe. Like, it doesn't actually take a lot of effort to do these things. And then I'll wrap up with an commandment I give to you, that you love one another, you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. Amen. Glory be to God. That was the last one.
Where's the part that helps men?
Come on, this whole thing is about the least effort.
There wasn't even one slide, not a single slide.
Let's open up a discussion now. Thank you. I saw the ladies saying thank you. This is not right.
Look at the faces of the women, not a single one has a frown. They're all big smiles.
Because it's true. We love and appreciate that.
He's coming to defend us.
Yeah, he is coming.
here.
skills
Yeah, I'm giving
and
him the
he was
opportunity. He's
working.
not here.
But I think nowadays, almost all of us have to go to work. So I think his contribution is really important, and we have to pick our battles because it's really we live in a world where it's really busy. So if we're going to be perfectionists, the house needs to be immaculate, and our clothes need to be perfect, and kids need to be perfect, and everything. I think we set ourselves up for failure or for just feeling down all the time because you can't possibly stretch yourself to everything.
The multiple choice is only worth 1 point. What better?
I'm really hoping like men would have more. I don't believe men have enough awareness about marriage, pregnancy, how much it actually really impacts on the woman. And look, I hear it a lot, and Martha and I joke about it all the time. We're like, we're so hormonal, but I don't choose to be hormonal. Like it's just how God designed us. And it also tells you like a woman is actually going through so much that he needs to value that. All from you guys. I'm sorry to disappoint.
I feel like this point system is like, everyday rewards. Okay, you only get 1 point, and at the end of the day, it counts for nothing. You have to accumulate 2,000 points to discount $10.
I don't think I was useful to anyone, but I'm glad. I'm so happy.
Not a single smile on any of the men's faces.
Actually, there are.
It's not a question.
Listen, Aywa. Be careful your jaw. The jaw, yeah? The fake smiles take a lot out of your jaw.
So I'm probably going to sound pathetic, but like in terms of, because I like the comedians, so I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. They had the men versus women. So I don't think there needs to be a, well, I think the world's actually having a us and them kind of mentality. Like it shouldn't be about that. Like we might have different roles, or whether we do it together, or So it shouldn't be. Women aren't the enemy and men aren't the enemy. Yeah.
Thanks, girl. I think it was, I was about to say, I was just about to say, I think everyone's scared to ask. Women are always scared to ask. I think. So hold on. When is hold on, Carol? When's the women's talk? I think I need to attend that one.
Okay.
That one's good. I think that one might be.
I have no idea when, but I would say after 4 weeks.
I'm coming to that one. We need some recovery, bro. The hustle,
I don't know how to recover.
I'm telling you, the best analogy is women's pointing system. It's like flybys or everyday rewards. You have to accumulate 20,000 points to just discount $10 at the end of your. Yeah, let's say $10, 2,000 points. هم على ما يخلصوا 2,000 points يكون نص العمر راح.
Don't